Hey, welcome. Kletus Roadside Service coming right at you. Guess what I did today? Guess what I did today, guys? I'm so proud to announce that I rode the bike in. First time this week, Friday. So I actually did drive the truck for 4 fucking days. I could not believe it. Can't believe it. I had to drive the truck 4 fucking days. I didn't really have to, but I did one day at least because the bike didn't run. And one day it was raining real bad. And I even thought about driving the truck again today just to say, hey, I just drive the truck all week. No. I got that bike. I went down. I opened up the garage and said, I'm taking you with me. And I hopped on that hog and I hit the fucking road. And I don't know if it is me just missing the bike or if it's people being extra dumb because it's a Friday. I had to do some evasive maneuvering most of the way to work. Uh, and I was in fear of getting pulled over the whole time. But obviously it didn't happen. Oh, we're good. We're good. Nobody, nobody's chasing me. I fly into the shop. I roll in there and I go into the shop, do a burnout, and then I go through the shop to the other side, and then I park it in we have a little courtyard area that is really only, I mean, it's not only accessible through another garage door, but you can drive right through, and I'm parking my bike outside, but it's also like kind of contained a little bit, and I get off the helmet, and they're like, what the hell? I'm like, the cops are coming! The cops are coming! Close the garage door! They didn't shut the garage door, and also the cops didn't come. I'm not running from the cops. If I see berries and cherries in my rear view, I'm pulling over. I feel like you're gonna have an easier time in your life if you just pull over. Because you know what? First off, I'm not good at running from nobody. On foot, in a vehicle, on a dirt bike. I ain't good at running from nobody. I'm not good at it. I don't want to be good at it. I'm not practicing for it. I'm just not good at running. Okay. Because I mean, even in races and stuff, like not in video games, but like in real life, in like a race or whatever, I will slow down just to. I'm like, am I going the right way? But I got to get over here. All right, come on, people. I need an opening. I got to get over. Coming over. Fuckos. All right. No, there was a lot of people in the fast lane that shouldn't have been in the fast lane because I get behind them, I give them a chance to get over. I'm like, okay, you're doing like 5 over the speed limit. Everybody behind me that I just passed back there, they're doing 15. Okay, so we're gonna need to speed it up because I already pissed off all those fucking people back there. I don't need them catching up to me. So I guess technically I am running from other people that could potentially be upset at my driving style. I've seen people get upset at motorcycles before. Now, I'm also a street bike flies by you. You might not never see that same street bike ever again in your life. But I ride the same route to work most days. So if somebody sees a white dirt bike, they're like, there's that motherfucker from the other day. So I'm building up a database of people that might be angry at me. I just don't know what they look like. But I know that there's some people that are like, that fucking dirt bike is riding like a maniac. Let's also drive like a maniac to maybe he'll crash and die. I don't know what they're doing, but anyways, evasive maneuvering most of the way to work. That's another thing. I don't know if it's people are being extra dumb today. If I'm just built up all this road rage from driving a pickup truck and I can't, weasel around as much, or if it's just me missing the bike. I haven't been on the bike forever and it's running really good. That's another thing. I had to really push it to the limit to see if this bike is going to run good or not. I don't know. It hasn't been tested really, you know. So I rode the fuck out of that bike all the way to work, and it went well. It went really well. Made a lot of good passes. Um, Kept up a good speed throughout corners and straightaways. Um, there was one missed shift, but hey, you know I'm over here doing a NASCAR post post race talk over here. Um, Yeah, other drivers out there, they were doing good. You know, we had a couple of angry F-150s and Dodge Rams, but you know, we got through them all, and we got through, and you know, I think you know we placed pretty good. Number one, I'm number one. I got first place in the race on I-49. Uh, I-49 Speedway is open for business, and we are doing a great job over there. You know, I'd like to thank my pit crew, me, for checking the tire pressures and figuring out why there's oil in my airbox and whatnot. You know, and most of all, I'd like to thank my wife and my family, you know, for being there for me, not knowing if, you know, she can watch me on Life 360 and it's just got a little race car next to me. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I think it means I'm a race car driver. I don't know. I'm trained. I'm specialized in movements like that along the highway. I don't know. Please don't pull me over. I don't need a ticket. I can't control myself when I get on that bike. I'm a different person. I'm an animal. Okay, I'm just a fucking. I'm hungry. I'm just ready to fucking eat. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to ride. I like the sound, even though my uncle's bike with a new muffler on it sounds way fucking better. I would like to get a new muffler, but I do. Just the original stock sound of the DR650 is also pretty. I mean, it's not good, but when there ain't nothing else to compare it to, it's all right. It's all right. It sounds okay. I like to rip it. I ain't doing no wheelies, but I guess technically today I did my first lane split. So that is interesting. Um, it wasn't technically a lane split. This guy was to the left of the lane and the guy in the other lane was to the right of the lane. So there's a big opening. You could have fit a school bus in between these motherfuckers, and they were both going slow as shit. So I done took, I shot my shot. I made it through the hole. I got to the other side, and I didn't let off. I just kept her going, bud. Made it to work. I was listening to Sweet and Eric Clapton, uh, you know, on my headset, flying through there. I need a lover that won't drive me crazy as I'm just flying past all these fucking nerds. And yeah, we made it. We got through. I don't think this is my turn. I got to get into this place. How do I get in there? How do I get into this place? I think this is my entrance right here. We're here. We have arrived at our location. I think I'm at the right place. It'd be awkward if I'm not. All right. Yeah, so I don't know. I was a little fired up and I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, I'll have time to record an episode a little bit later, but I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have the same energy here. So I decided to fucking record a little bit. I ain't got a lot of time. I got a bunch of guys that are about to show up out here. This guy's over here. I don't even know where we're going, so I ain't gonna try to pull up in there yet. But yeah, I had a great ride. I'm really excited to get on that bike at the end of the day. I'm hoping today isn't going to be like one of them long days because I've had, other than Monday, every day has been a pretty long day, which is good. I like the money. I like the hours. I like that. I like that shit going on. I got a lot of fucking paperwork I got to do. This ain't like running down to Winoka where it's the same shit every day, easy peasy. This is I've got multiple jobs every single day that I've got to fill out paperwork for that I have not. I've been trying to keep track of a little bit. Like I text myself. If you go into text messages and you write in your own number and you hit text, that's kind of like a notepad. But I do have a notepad on my phone, but tell you what, this is way more convenient because I'm already in the text messages all the time. Just click on that and then text myself, my notes. And it gives you a timestamp, uh, a time and date, on when and what you're doing. So I can just text myself real quick. And it doesn't send like double text or whatever, because that's what I had an old phone that would do it. You would text yourself and then you would get a notification you got a text message. Not on this phone. It just posts it right there. And it's really, really convenient. I don't have other people texting that number, you know, or I'm not texting, I don't know how to explain that. But anyways, it's all only my notes are in there. So I can send pictures, I can do all kinds of cool shit. The notepad, I do like the notepad. I used to use the notepad all the fucking time, but open it up and my kids, since I have a Galaxy S24, I don't know, it's got a pin. So you can pop the pin out of it, and then the kids, they love to grab my phone, pop the pin out, and it immediately opens up notes, and they draw all over the screen. So I have a fuckload of notes of just scribbles, and then I got to scroll through. I got to click on it. I got to hit, and then I got to scroll to the bottom, make sure, and like, what's going on here? No, it's much more organized just texting myself. So, anyways, I've been trying to keep track of my jobs. Like I'll text this job, start this time, and then I got to write in a lot of the time. I got to write missed a bunch of times, and then arrived shop end day, whatever. I write in the like trucks I'm in and whatnot. But anyways, I'm just talking about my little methods I use. I'm a little bit of a weirdo. I do some weird shit. But anyways, yeah, I got a lot of shit I'm gonna have to do at some point this weekend. I know I got a big dinner coming up tomorrow night. My brother, so I'm gonna go over there and do that. And my wife has got some plans going on. I think she's gonna be able to make it to the dinner too, which is gonna be nice. And then I don't know. We got Sunday. What are we gonna do Sunday? I don't know. I'm just gonna fucking play it by ear, whatever that means. I'm gonna play it by ear. That means I'm gonna listen for something. I'm gonna just do it as I go. Is what you should say. Play it by ear. What the fuck? Who decided that was the phrase we were gonna say for? We're just gonna do it as it happens. We're gonna find out what's going on in the moment. Play it by ear. Who the fuck? You fucking nerd. Fucking weirdo with a fucking powder wig on, you stupid bitch. You got fucking chlamydia and fucking your scalp is fucking, because that's why people wore powdered wigs back in the day. It's because their heads were fucking open sores and wounds, and they would put a powdered wig on, and the powder would keep it dry and help coagulate all that blood and gunk that was pussing out of their fucking brains while they were writing the Constitution and shit. They're fucking weirdos. They did a good job, I think. And yeah, so I listened to a little bit more about the Jimmy Kimmel deal, and then I even talked to my wife about it. And so listen, I recorded that episode before I really heard much about it. There was a fucking weirdo at work that was bitching about it. He was like, "This is fucking. We're in a dictatorship." Blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't think we're there, but I also don't agree with everything. Anyways, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Bye bye. No, not bye bye. I'll be right back. And we're back. We got everything set up. Dropped off a vac box, so it's like a dumpster, but it's fully sealed up into like a tank. And we got everything set up, and the guys are down in the hole and they're working. Everything's going really well so far. They said that last time they did this, it wasn't this bad. So interesting. I guess it's going to be a longer day than last time they did it. I don't know how long they did it. It took them last time, but this time should take longer, apparently. Gotta wait for all this traffic to clear. There's a big ass tree. Not a big ass tree, it's a little ass tree. But it got big old leaves on it. I can't fucking see around the corner. Don't want to pull out and get fucking ran into. Alright, we're good. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good over here. We got the box set, and the guzzler is set up, hooked up to it. We got so we're using it as like a catch can. So instead of loading the guzzler, we have this other container before it. So we hook the vacuum up to the container, and then another hose on the other side of the container goes down the hole. In theory and in practice, we've noticed that rarely anything will ever get into the truck unless you overfill the container. And we don't plan on doing that. So I'm headed over to grab another box or another container. I'm running the roll off today, so I don't have to sit there and I don't have to get in the hole. I don't have to do any of that shit, which is kind of nice because it's hot in there. But we're just sucking up carbon, just like carbon slash dust slash I don't know media. I don't know. I don't even know what this place does exactly. I think they make tanks. I don't know. But anyways, they got a little bit of waste down in a basement area, only accessible through ladder. We got our hoses all set up all the way down in there. It's looking pretty good. Looking really fucking good. I gotta piss so bad. Luckily, I'm not like a super important. I mean, I'm an important guy to this job. If they don't have me or somebody doing what I'm doing, the job ain't going to get done. But I'm not like I don't need to be right there all the time. I'm gonna stop up here and grab me a coffee and take a piss and then head over to go get another container. Oh yeah, baby! What a good day. 35 North. That's where I need to be. Um, yeah. So anyway, I think I started to get into it. You know, I feel like my unknown reaction, like I didn't know how everybody else was really reacting to the Jimmy Kimmel deal. Um, but there are a couple of different factors in there that I think I touched on a little bit. But now that I've watched a couple of different interviews and people talking about it and posts and whatnot, because it's pretty recent. I think it happened a couple of days ago, but I don't know. I haven't been trying to follow too much shit. And anyways, he recorded it before we knew about the suspect. So the Jimmy Kimmel show that ended up getting him taken down, he was saying all kinds of shit about the suspect is a MAGA guy, not a lefty lunatic. And it turns out he was a lefty lunatic. He was raised in a MAGA house. But he revolted against all of them, and I don't know, but that's not really the point of what I'm trying to talk about. I'm not saying Jimmy Kimmel's right. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying he put his voice out there and then he got it taken down, and I don't really agree with that. Like I was saying last episode, I think you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. Consequences will come, but canceling people isn't a great idea. I've never been a big fan of people getting shut down. I think it's important to have some people, it's important for people to be able to say what they want to say, and then we can, I mean, what it's supposed to be is we can all learn more and, meet in the middle or something. But, he's always been a polarizing figure, especially against Trump and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't know. It is kind of crazy. I don't agree with a show being pulled. But also, it wasn't. I don't think it was Trump that took it down. The more I've been looking at it, it's more of the FCC was going to give them a worse score, and a way for them to get a better score was to take Jimmy Kimmel down and off the air. It was the people hosting the show, whatever that network is. They took it down because they're trying to do a merger or some shit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, people are upset about it, and maybe that's what's kind of scared them off of having the show on. But I mean, there are people like, let's just say, for instance, Kyle Kalinske. I think he's a fucking nuthead, but I do listen to his show every now and again just to see what he's bitching about. I'm like, I don't want to just hear shit from the side that I mainly agree with. I want to hear from people I also disagree with. I want to, like, hold on, what is your point? I want to see what you guys are talking about. And I mean, maybe he makes some good points, Kyle. Maybe he makes some good points. I don't know. I just listen to see what he's bitching about. I'm also a nobody, you know. So, anyways, yeah, the Jimmy Kimmel thing went down. Jimmy Fallon, he also was making some statements. People were like, "Oh, this is gonna be his last show." I don't think that's actual. I don't think that's factual. I think that's just people talking. But yeah, interesting stuff going on in the world. Um, I'm just worried about riding my dirt bike right now. I am talking about this other shit, but honestly, I'm excited to get this work done today. Get on my hog, have a beautiful ride home, and then hang out with the kids. Hang out with the kids. Hang out with my wife. I downloaded the new BeamNG update. It came out a day or so ago. So I decided to go ahead and crack open that computer last night, see what's crack-a-lacking. And I like getting updates because it disables all your mods, so it's a completely vanilla game whenever you first download a big update like that. So then you can, like, what I normally will do is I'll just get into the game and just play it with no mods and just see, like, because I want to see what it actually is, because sometimes the mods can kind of, you're like, is that a mod? I don't know if that's a mod or not. Like, it's kind of hard to tell what's actually going on. But, after a big update, you can get in there. They got a new limo. I made it into a dragster, and I just drove around the grid map and jumped it off some jumps and did some fucking shit with it. I just was having fun. And then there's also a garage feature that you can mod, like in free roam. You can stop wherever and you can mod your car. Or you can change different things about it and whatnot. But there's an actual garage feature which is pretty interesting because you can get in there and you can I don't know. It's not like in the game. You got to click a different button to go test it out or whatever. Um, Guys, I'm gonna need to get over here in a second. Yeah, yeah. Come on, come on. Work your way up there. Coming on over. Try. I gotta go 335 south or west or east. I don't know. What is it called? 635. Not 335. What am I thinking? 635. I need to go 635. So get that fuck out of my way. Let me get this lane. These lanes are uneven. I got a little squirrely hitting the edge of that fucking road where it's raised up a couple of inches. So anyways, I was playing the game. I had a great time. It was awesome. My daughter was like, I want to play a game. And she's like, I don't want to play cars. I was like, okay, well, I just got online and I typed in free games for kids or whatever and online and found a couple of good ones. There's like a pizza game. It's super simple pizza with ingredients. Customers show up and you got to make a pizza. She was having fun with that one, but she was a little too slow. Them customers are impatient. Okay, I know there's only 4 ingredients you need to click on, but she takes a while to get 2 ingredients clicked on. She's working on her hand-eye coordination, and whatnot, and so the customer's getting mad and walking off before she could make their pizza. She's like, "What? What?" I'm like, "I don't know. You're going too slow." I was like, "Let me help you." She's like, "No, I got it." I'm like, "All right," and then she's just getting angry. I was like, "All right, easy." There's a coloring game on the same website, so we went to the coloring game and she was loving it. There's like a pencil, so it's like a thin little marker, and then there's a paintbrush, and it's a thicker one, and then there's like the paint bucket where you can just click the empty spaces and it'll autofill with colors and whatnot. She was just having a blast on that game. She was loving it, and it's fun. It's fun to watch my daughter because my son he's pretty good with games and hand-eye coordination and whatnot. It's fun to watch my daughter because she's still getting there, and but it's so fun to watch her little mind work. I love her so much. It's so cute, so cute. Um, Kind of crazy to think that this time next year she's going to be kind of where my son is now. It's going to be interesting, and my son's going to be even more of a kid. He last night I was as I got home, I heard him in his room. He's got his Amazon Alexa. He's like, "Alexa, play what's that guy that he died? Juice World. Play Juice World. Alexa next. Alexa next. Alexa, turn it all the way up." He's in there just going crazy. He's listening to Juice World. And I don't know. We don't really we do monitor him pretty good. We don't let him get on like regular YouTube or whatever. Sometimes he grabs my phone and he will get on regular YouTube, but most of the shit he's just watching is, it's still not like horrible. Like you can't really see too many horrible things on YouTube. I mean, you can definitely see horrible shit on YouTube, but they're pretty good at, keeping the shit down, and especially for YouTube kids, so he's good on that, but it's just really funny to, Alexa, play Juice World. I'm like, oh, God. This is how my parents felt when I'm like, Alexa, I didn't have an Alexa, obviously, but I was like listening to Creed, or I don't know. My dad liked Creed, I think, so Breaking Benjamin or Seven Dust, and he's just like, get this noise off of the radio. And now look at me. Now I've actually gone back in time. I mean, I still like Seven Dust and Three Doors Down and all that stuff as I was growing up. I do like it, but most of what I listen to is like 70s and 80s old school rock. I'm not listening to a bunch of new shit all the time. Like last night, I drove the truck, and I had the windows down, driving through nice neighborhoods because I decided I don't want to get on the highway. I was like, I'll take these side roads all the way back home. You know, the way I take with my bike if traffic's heavy, and traffic was kind of heavy by the time I left last night, but I just had the windows down, just blare, and Credence or Steve Miller Band, and Heart, all different, delicious bands. You know, that's how I'm gonna describe them. They're delicious. They're awesome. Love them. Anyways, it was funny watching. There's a lot of old guys, and honestly, I don't hear too many people blaring music that's old school rock anymore. Like if you're driving and somebody's got their windows down, they bumping around, doom 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 doom, fuck me right in the pussy or whatever the fuck the songs are. And I'm over here blaring, you know, Eric Clapton, just blaring it. And I see all these old guys with their wives out walking around, and I can tell they're like, dang, didn't know they were gonna. I didn't know people blared that kind of music anymore. I like it. You remember that song, Shireen? Oh my gosh, can't believe it. We used to fuck to that song by the levee when I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Remember that? Remember that, Shireen? I don't know their names. I didn't catch them, but anyways, I blare it. I turn it up as loud as it can go, and then I also, halfway through my drive home, I'm also trying to turn it up even more, and it won't go no more. Hey, bud, you're right on the fucking sidewalk. Can you not be in the fucking way? Anyways, I'll be right back. All right, we got ourselves a sandwich. Fatty McFatty. That's just me. That's my name. It's my life. Uh, yeah. Anyways, got me coffee too. Delicious, delicious coffee. I don't know if you know where you're going, bud. This guy's all over the fucking road. I don't think you're going the right way. I think you're gonna want my lane. So I'm gonna give you some space. We're headed over here. We're gonna grab another box, another empty roll-off container. Well, I'll be damned. He does want that lane. I never seen anybody go that way. Have fun. I still think you're going the wrong way, but have fun. Um, it's just an empty transport truck. I don't know what he's doing. He's going over there. People run over all these damn cones. There used to be cones all over this place, and now they're all over the place. Not not in a nice line. They're all fucking knocked over and missing. Um, yeah. So I listened to that episode. I finished the whole episode of the three wheeled bicycle podcast, and it was good. It was good. It was a long episode. I liked it. It was nice for that long drive I had yesterday. I'm glad I was able to complete it in full. Because no offense to anybody, I don't listen to shit. I can't sit still and listen. I can't sit still and talk, really, either. I'm just not good at it. I start moving around, fidgeting. This driving is perfect. It's like perfect for me. I'm here by myself. I got my headset on. I'm multitasking. I'm driving around. That's where I think I talk the best. But that's another weird thing is if my wife is sitting next to me, we can't really have a conversation, especially on the highway. I was like, I can't even talk to you. I don't know what it is. I don't know why that's a thing, but the headset, perfect, perfect. Phone calls, amazing. In person, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little fuck. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong about myself. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the way I do things is the way I like to do it. Pretty fucking sure. Um. Anyways, yeah, that was that podcast. I left a comment on it, but you get the whole episode is half of the episode was just hearing beer cans open up between Coach Casey and Stevie V. They just and they didn't really want to talk about it, which is fine. But you by the end, it was so funny because Stevie, he's like on with Jason and from the Backroad Friends podcast, and he's like, "Oh man, there's some shit going. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here." Like he's like, I'm pretty sure he's smoking, drinking, having a great time. But I think he might have overdid it a little bit, and he got a little bit paranoid because at least that's what I picked up from the episode. I could be totally wrong, but it was really funny. I liked listening to that. And I think it would have been cool to have Coach Casey on with Jason. I think that would have been a cool little three-way, a little three-way between them guys. That would have been fun to listen to. But I don't know. There was some technical difficulties, also some impairment, going on over there. It's all right. But yeah, it was a good episode. Go check it out. Three Wheeled Bicycle Podcast. Stevie V, he's over there. You can go to his website, Vander Hayden Designs. I interviewed him once, or well, I've had him. I don't know. I've been on his show. He's been on my show. I'm pretty sure, and we talked forever. He's a really cool guy. Me and Jason, we talked too. He called me the other day. I'm waiting for that episode to come out because I don't remember what I said in it. But anyways, we're here. We're ready to get loaded again. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. Instead of just pausing it, I'm going to actually stop it, and then I'll be back at the end of the day. You won't hear from me again until the end of the day. Okay, we are loaded. I went to go get, so earlier I went and I got another container because we thought we might need two of them, but every time we opened up this container, it looked like it was pretty fucking empty. Well, it turns out everything was going to the very front of the container because it was tilted slightly downhill. So, it's heavy as fuck. I don't know how heavy it is. It's really fucking heavy. And we just had a scare where there's a roll-off truck. So when you go to set it down, I mean, I thought I was pretty level, like as level as you can be. I was slightly facing downhill, but one of the pistons is clearly stronger than the other one, and it came down a little bit crooked, which was very entertaining. I'm glad I didn't like twist the frame of the truck or something because it's so fucking heavy. It's unbelievable how heavy this fucking thing is. Yeah, I'm in a quad axle, so I mean, I think I'm good. The truck seems to be driving just fine. The brakes work because I was so what I was trying to do was on that hill that we were loaded on, I turned around and I faced uphill, and then I rolled backwards and slammed on the brakes a few times, probably 10 or 12 times, blowing out of air. No, every time you hit your brakes, you use air in these air brake trucks, and yeah, so it's low. It was getting low and lower on air, but I think I slid enough of it, but so whenever it came down crooked, I couldn't lift it back up. That's how heavy it is on the nose of this container that I've got here. So it's going to be very interesting whenever I get over here to the landfill. It's going to be a scary load, I think. I think it's going to be scary just getting there. The truck seems to be driving just fine. I'm just going to take it nice and slow. If you're in a hurry, you better get your ass around me because I'm not going. I ain't no hurry today. Anyways, it's 3:51. I need to find my address. Uh, God damn it. I know where I'm going. I'll be fine. But anyways, yeah, we're super fucking heavy. We had a little bit of an incident there. Nobody's gonna talk about that. I mean, I'm talking about it on a fucking public podcast over here, so probably not a smart idea, but whatever. These are just some of the things you're gonna deal with. You know, we're loading. If we did not think there was that much in there, we're like, no, there ain't that much in there. It's not gonna be that heavy. We don't need two containers. We should have switched containers. I'm telling you right now, we should have switched containers. But if everything goes according to plan of me just going to the landfill and dumping this, and then I can go back to the shop and go home and have a wonderful night, then hey, I guess I'm glad I only used one container because this is ridiculous. Going to landfill twice would be safer, obviously, but no, I was listening. I listened to another couple episodes of Backroad Friends and Broken Wing Nuts. Those guys are awesome. Um, Jason, Jiggy, and Mike, and or Chris. Honestly, I feel so bad because I'm horrible with names, and they introduce themselves on each episode. But I feel like sometimes they switch Chris and Mike around, and Jiggy is both of them. Jiggy's one or the other. Jiggy is Mike. No. Jiggy is Chris. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I know the voice of Jiggy. He's the guy. He talks more than Mike or Chris, the other one. But I don't know, dude. I really enjoyed listening to the last couple of episodes they put out. They're really good. I liked them a lot. Is this my turn? It is. Um, North is the way I want to go. The alignment has suffered with this load. It's really pulling to the right. I think it's because more of the blast media or whatever is piled up onto the right hand side of the container, so the truck is kind of tilted. I can't really tell it's tilted very much, especially with the quad axles, the two drop axles down. Can't really tell too much, but I'm not going fast around corners. I know that. I am not going fast around no corners. I don't need any excitement today. The only excitement I need is on my bike, and the excitement is just being nice out in the nice weather out here. It's 90 degrees, so it's not too bad. I mean, it's hot, but whenever your fucking thermostat over here says 110, that's when you're like, yeah, maybe I should recharge the AC in the pickup and just take that. But yeah, and honestly, we are like right down the street from the landfill, so this is perfect. I don't have to spend much time out here. As long as the tires are holed up, we'll be just fine. Um, which I think we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be just all right. Um, yeah. So I was listening to the Broken Wingnuts side of things, and they were talking about getting tickets and stuff, and then it was amazing because they brought up license plate. Like they were like, Mike, Chris, Mike, Chris, uh, was talking about a guy that he knew it from the States down here because they're up in Canada. and they were talking about guy got in trouble for having his license plate up in his windshield. And I'm like, am I having deja vu? What the hell's going on here? Because I just literally talked about that. I think last episode, maybe the episode before that. But yeah, really strange. I'm glad somebody else is on the same page as me. Where it's like this is. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they weren't even saying it's bullshit. They were, but I think it's bullshit that your license plate is on the front of your car. Like, what's the front of your car? I guess it. But the way Jiggy, I'm just gonna say Jiggy and then Mike Chris. So if I'm talking about Jiggy, I'm talking about Jiggy. If I'm talking about Mike Chris, I'm talking about Mike Chris. Bitch, if you want to go so fast, you need to go around me. I am not here going fast. I'm stopped at 60. You want to go fast? Go around. Get off my ass. What are you doing? If this is your exit, you had plenty of time to go around me. There's plenty of room. There's nobody, not a lot of people on the highway right now. You can go around me. I love Jake brakes. These are nice. Them heavy loads. Yeah, so I don't know. One of them made a comment talking about how it has to be on the outside. It has to be on the outside of the vehicle. There can't be anything in between the license plate and the eyeballs of the policeman or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, I guess I can kind of understand on that. Oh, go Jeep, punch it. I lost all my momentum for this fucking Jeep. God damn it. It's a Jeep thing. I don't know. I slowed down for him. Motherfucking Jeeps. But, oh, yeah, I am getting on the highway. Oh, shit, there's a truck right there. I should floor it. At least they didn't slam on the brakes. My exit is coming up. Just over this hill. Maybe. No, I got one more hill to go. Yeah, so this job that we did, I was just an attendant. I looked on the paperwork and he had me listed as a supervisor since I was going to be in and out. I wasn't going to be there the whole time to be listed as the attendant, so I was listed as a supervisor. Cool. I don't give a shit. Doesn't really mean much to me, but I did my best to be a good attendant. So anytime somebody's in the hole, I'm above the hole. If anybody says or needs anything, I can kind of help out a little bit, but you're not. So as the attendant, you have no other job. Your job is to do nothing but watch them. Now it's like, hey, can you hand me that broom? It's over on the wall over there. I guess I'll get up and walk over to the broom on the wall. I mean, it's unless if this was a more of a severe confined space that these guys were down in, I'd find somebody else to go get that shit. But it's a pretty big. It's like a basement, a ladder to a basement. Nothing, not even all that crazy. And it's just full of sand. They have a mesh floor in their blasting room, and all the sand just goes down underneath. It's supposed to go into a collector, but they were saying that their collector's all stopped up or something. Somebody forgot to turn it on, and then the next guy forgot to turn it on, and then the next guy forgot to turn it on, and then the collector's full, and then whenever they do turn it on, it's fucking cooked. It's packed full of this shit, and this shit's heavy as fuck. I mean, honestly, even if we got this box leveled out and everything was nice and level, it's still not even halfway full. I've got a 25-yard container on me, which is the size of a dumpster. It's about 6 foot tall, and I mean, so not even 3 feet worth of material in the bottom of this box. So it looks like it's half full, but It's fucking full, dude. And then we even had to bring the guzzler out because we had the guzzler hooked up to it. So this was the catch can. Well, it turns out, having the container on that little bit of a downhill deal, a lot of the material went all the way up to the front of the container and started loading into the truck also. So he brought the guzzler out here also to do a load. He's like, I don't know how much is in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to the landfill and dump it out anyways. Don't want to be that guy that doesn't dump the truck, you know. Come on across. I gotta go nice and slow. Y'all are gonna have to work with me. I'm going nice and slow. Damn. These these roads here in the landfill are going to be a lot of fun because they're curvy and twisty and up and down. The truck's got plenty of power to get up the hill. I mean, I'm not going to be doing fucking 35 up the hill, but I'll be going. I'll probably get her into fourth gear and just leave her there. I'm in an automatic, but um, it's what I've been told is that it's an automatic, but it's like the same exact transmission. It's just got an automated clutch or some shit like that. So I don't know, an automated clutch and shifting mechanism. So it still uses a clutch and stuff. It just doesn't ever grind the gears. But yeah, I'm gonna pause it here because I'm about to get up on the scale, and I'm going to. I'm gonna ask them how much do I weigh because they normally don't tell me. I usually have to get my weight ticket, so I'll ask them how much I weigh, and then I'll let you guys know because this is an interesting deal here. Oof, I have to bring up them drop axles because they don't like doing sharp turns with them drop axles down. They just drag across the ground there. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. All right. I wonder if you heard me burp. Um, well, the verdict is in. I'm in a roll-off truck, a quad axle roll-off truck with a vac box, 25-yard vac box. You should be able to look that up and be able to see what it is. But it's like, I don't know, dumpsters that are sitting behind your Home Depot or whatever. It picks them up. It's not. I mean, it's a semi truck basically, but it's got a big rail and lift bed on the back. Well, not lift bed, but lift rail on the back that you can load up these containers. It's a lot of fun to run. But I mean, it ain't no slouch. It's a big ass truck, but we weigh, drum roll please, 88,000 pounds. 88,000 pounds. If I was in a Class A semi truck, I'd be overweight. This is not good. Don't tell anybody, please. Don't tell anybody what's going on here. Don't go talk to your guy. Don't go calling the law on me. Okay? I took it nice and slow. We're okay. We are on private property now. It doesn't matter how much I weigh. And whenever I talked about driving on public roads earlier, that was false. I didn't do that. I did not take anything on public roadways whatsoever. This is all legal, what I'm doing here. But it's kind of strange to see the front axle, it's got leaf springs on it. It's straight. The wheels don't really, I mean, it's like a solid axle front end, but it's not, it's not a drive axle. It's just a fucking dead axle. Anyways, got a little bit of a camber. going on. And I think it's just the tires. It's got these big ass balloon tires on the front. It ain't got them skinny, normal semi truck tires. It's got them heavy haul tires on the front, and they are wide as fuck. And I think the rims are fine, but the tire just looks all squatted out. Um, kind of a thing we're doing here. So yeah, this is all fake. I'm over here. I'm actually sitting in my basement right now. None of this is actually happening. This is all false information, is what I'm giving you right now. I mean, earlier, right now, the false, whenever I say I'm giving you false information, that's true. But whenever I'm giving you information about some of the shit that I have been portraying, that is false. You get it? When I say false, it's true. When I say it's true, it's false. We're in opposite world here. Don't call the law on me, okay? You'll never get evidence. You'll never get evidence. Fuck you guys. Hey, you gonna call the law on me? Fuck you. I got the First Amendment to say I'm breaking laws when I'm not really breaking laws. Right? Oh God, we're actually only making it second gear up this fucking hill. I thought we were gonna make it fourth gear. Usually it's fourth gear. You can first. Oh my God. We downshifted. There is no lower gear than first. We are just trucking up this fucking hillside here. Oh man. Let's go. We're going. Don't stop. If I start rolling backwards, we're in a heap of trouble. We're in a heap of trouble if I start rolling backwards. That ain't gonna happen. We're good. We're just revved out. We're revved out in first gear. Man, I've seen backhoes go up this hill faster. Road graders are passing me right now. We're doing 6 miles an hour. Oh, we almost shifted. It wanted to shift. But then it decided real quickly, it said, actually, we're not going to shift. Back to first. And once we get up here, then we got to go downhill. 88,000 pounds is false. I was kidding. I'm just going to not say anything to anybody else. I'm just going to turn in my paperwork like I normally would. And just ignore and deny any allegations against me. Wasn't me. I just hope this ship will fucking offload decent, I'm gonna have to tilt this motherfucker up, and it's gonna lift the cab off the ground. The front tires are gonna be up off the ground. I don't really want. Can I dump this up here? I don't want to go down there. Can I just dump it right here? That looks like a big old pile of shit. Can I just dump it in that pile of shit? Why do I got to go all the way down to the bottom to dump it in your pile of shit at the bottom? I don't like this at all. Oh man, good thing there's no video going on. Good thing. And now this is one of them situations where you're like, seatbelt or no seatbelt. I'm saying no seatbelt, just because I don't want to wear one. I want to be able to jump out of this bitch if I need to. We ain't gonna need to jump out. I'm just gonna take it nice and slow. I mean, we went 6 miles an hour up the hill. We're going 6 miles an hour down the hill. As long as I don't lose my brakes. But I feel like going this slow will be okay. We're not like doing 80 down a fucking hill in Colorado, losing brakes. We're doing 6 miles an hour down probably a 50-foot decline. Um, and I can let off the brakes at any moment in time, and then there's a big opening down here that I could roll into. Baby. Baby. All right, there's my guzzler guy. He's dumping. I wonder if he's going to stick around with me. Probably not. He's probably going to say adios, and he's going to be gone. Now, I already know that this box is coming back to the yard with me because the rental place where this box belongs, they're closed. Well, it's 4:17, and the guy told me, he's like, if it's going to be after 4:30, don't come. So, works for me. I won't come. I will stay away. Now, this is the trick. The landfill is a big old pile of shit. Soft, squishy shit. They try to pack it down as much as they can, but it's soft bullshit everywhere. Yeah, we're bottoming out. We're bottoming out. Mm-mm-mm. So now I gotta make sure I'm level, because if I'm not level and I try to lifting this bitch up, it's gonna be a bad day. Mm-mm-mm. Please, please, please find a level spot. All right, I'll be back. Well, guys, that was exciting. That was very, very frightening. What I don't mind my hard hat just falling all over the fucking place. So, let me tell you about what happened here. Came into the dump, super fucking heavy. This box is shorter than the other boxes. So, and there's a pivot point on the back of these roll-off trucks. Every piece of weight that I had was past the pivot point, and most of the material had collected up at the nose of the tank at the front. So I don't know. I'm going to estimate 30,000 of the 50,000 pounds was on the direct nose of the box. I couldn't lift it up an inch. I couldn't lift it up at all. So we had an excavator, well, backhoe. They called it an excavator. I'm like, that ain't no excavator. I mean, I guess it's part, but they had a backhoe come over, and he's like, I'll scrape you out. I'll get as much off of it as I can, and then you guys should be able to tip it. No, that did not happen. I mean, he did definitely help. It gave an area for the shit to move, because the shit was like stuck. It's like all sand consistency, but it did not want to move at all. So after he scraped me out for a while, we decided to go ahead and take it to the hill. There's a big ass hill that I was coming down. We took it to that hill, and we just drove up it, and then rolled in reverse and slammed on the brakes a bunch of times. And the other guy that's out here with running the guzzler, he decided he's going to stick around with me until we're done. So me and him, and I'm like, I'm glad you're with me, because if anything fucks up, I do not want to have to explain it that I was by myself to my boss, and he's not going to believe anything I fucking say, because I have the fuck up, even though I'm not, but they think I'm a fuck up, or they characterize me as a fuck up. a lot of the time. Anything gets fucked up, they try to figure out how they can blame it on me. So, anyways, we're on the hill, and I'm slamming on the brakes in reverse, and I'm trying to lift it, and then it started to lift a little bit, and I was like, okay, cool. So I was raising the bed. I had pressure on the bed to lift up. I let a little bit of the winch cable out, and then I rolled in reverse and I hit the brakes, but I had a little bit more winch cable out than I had expected, and I had pressure on it to lift up. So as soon as I hit the brakes backing up, the bed went up and the box went down, and it's amazing. I'm glad I trust my equipment, because if that winch cable had snapped or something, this box would be going downhill. We made sure there was nobody around when we were doing this, but nothing bad happened. It lifted, the bed lifted up a little bit more than expected, and the box rolled back a little further than expected. I had a little bit too much winch cable out, but we got it to move, and I said, I think that's good. And so then we were on our way back to the dump area, and he's like, hey, try to move it back a little further or something, because there was a chain hanging down, because it uses chains on binders that are mounted to the box door, and they're mounted to the box underneath, and they got tangled up underneath where the rails slide. Sorry, I need to take a fucking omeprazole. That's for sure. I got fucking acid reflux and shit. I'm all excited. My blood pressure is boiling. I'm just all fucking. A lot of shit happened just now. So, anyways, he was like, oh, hey, try to move it back a little further, so while we're on the hill, because you can let the winch cable out and it'll roll, but it wasn't rolling very well because the chain was bound up underneath it. So I had to let out a little bit of winch cable and then roll down the hill and hit the brakes, and then it would slide a little bit, and we had to make it slide until where that chain is connected to the box was off the edge of the trailer, so there was no more rail for it to be stuck on. You know what I mean? And it was intense, because these pistons, they have a lot of pressure to push up, but let's say for some reason the box wants to go up. There's not pressure holding the table down, the tilt part of the bed. There's nothing holding it down other than gravity, really, and a little bit of residual vacuum. I don't know if that's a thing, but like in the hydraulics, it's got a little bit of a vacuum that it won't let it extend too far. But anyways, the bed will lift on its own. Like, I've had it to where I've had a box that was heavy on the back end, and whenever you start, if you don't have it tilted up enough to where it's going to hit the ground, you'll start letting that out, and it will lift the bed for you. It will just start lifting the bed up, and you're like, oh shit, don't lift the bed up. Don't lift the bed up, because then that bed has no pressure to hold it up once it gets to the point where it is. I don't know. It's fucking confusing, guys. But anyways, we are about to weigh out. 88,000 pounds was false. It's false. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just trying to punch up my story here. I'm just trying to gloat on how heavy I am. I'm saying I'm heavier than I was. I'm not going to show you my scale ticket. I'll tell you that. You guys are going to report my ass. I'll be right back. Okay, so the theoretical weight, it's not the real weight. This is not for real. This is all fake. 88,660 pounds. Woo-hoo! Heavy. I'll tell you what, the bottom step that's on my fuel tank over here is a lot further from the fucking ground now. Because it was shocked to me how low it was. And you could feel us hitting the bump stops whenever we were rolling around back there. I mean, we were off the bump stops, so that's good. We weren't on the bump stops on the front axle. We weren't on the bump stops, but we hit them a couple of times. But we were going nice and slow. I was not trying to. I was like, I'd rather do everything as slow as possible than try to speed any of this process up, because it's just going to be a fucking nightmare if I do anything and fuck this up. But we got it. We got it. We got it. We're good. It's Friday. We're going home. 5:35. What time did I get there? Inbound 4:08. An hour and a half. I thought the lady, Marie, she's so lovely. I love her. She's awesome. I said, what you doing this weekend? You ready to get off work, ain't ya? She said, oh, yeah. She's like, I might clean. I'm like, don't do that. She's like, I don't have to work on Saturday. I got time. I got to clean. I'm like, don't clean. I was like, what else are you going to do? You going to have any fun? She said, well, I am going to play some poker. I'm like, there you go. Get in that poker, lady. Play some of the poker. Have a little fun. Get a little tipsy. Have a good time. She works every Saturday. And I'm pretty sure she works every day of the week also. I've never not been here and not seen her. You know, she's always here. So, anyways, but no, me and her, we had a little conversation there. There's one of the other ladies that I think she's more of the boss lady, but she's nice also. She's intimidated. Don't get on her bad side. Don't get on any of these people's bad sides. But if you come in with a little bit of comedic relief, like whenever the shit goes bad, instead of getting angry for real, you just make fun of it. They treat you way better over there, and that's how, like, there's several people that work at my company that are like, she's a bitch, she is mean as hell, and I'm like, I don't know, we are talking about two different people. And they're like, no, Marie at the landfill. I'm like, yeah, Marie at the landfill. She's the sweetest lady I've ever met in my life. She's a smoker. She's a pretty badass. She's a shit talker, but I like, me and her are really, she knows my name. She knows about my kids. Me and her are, fuck, I might have went to first base with her already. I don't know. But me and Marie, we're cool. And even the boss lady there. But anyways, the boss lady was there. She was wheeling out a dumpster. And I was like, why ain't the dude that's in there fucking taking the trash out? And she's like, he gone. He left. He's usually here till 5, but he decided to leave early on Friday because he wasn't there when I pulled in. She's like, yeah. And why we have to take out his trash? They said it's his trash. He's the one that fills it up. And I could hear his like cans and stuff. I was like, what's he throwing in there? Is he drinking Diet Cokes all day? What's he doing in there? I was like, no, he's a Diet Pepsi guy. And she's like, no, he's Mountain Dew. I was like, oh, Diet Mountain Dew. She said, no, not Diet. He's hopped up on Mountain Dew all day long. She's like, he drinks 5 or 6 of them on his shift, which is, I mean, honestly, I could drink 5 or 6. I could drink at least a 12. I mean, not on purpose. Well, it would have to be on purpose. Not by accident. I wouldn't accidentally drink a 12-pack in 8 hours, but I could definitely drink a fuckload of Mountain Dew. But no, I try not to. I might have one pop every now and again. That's about it. But no, she's like, he drinks 5 or 6 every day, sometimes more. I'm like, oh God, he's all jacked up on Mountain Dew. She's like, he is. He's jacked up on Mountain Dew. He's always in there. He works so fast. He's like with papers and fucking throwing shit in the printer and everything. Like while he has to wait for the paper to come out of the printer, like the copy machine or whatever, that he gets angry. He's standing there. He's like, ugh. It takes like 15 seconds. He's like, ugh. He's going Super Saiyan. He is so angry. Rips that paper and hands it to you. He's like, get off my scale. It's like, oh, shit, dude. Oh, shit, Scale Master. You're fucking crazy. You're a crazy Scale Master over here. Holy shit, dude. He's going Super Saiyan. Fucking Dragon Bazee. fucking nuts, dude. Anyway, I think he could be a black belt. He looks like one of them guys that got picked on a lot, and now he's a black belt, and he's just ready to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And guess what? He's got a couple pieces of bubble gum left. He's not ready to kick ass right now, and he keeps buying bubble gum. But once he runs out, buddy, watch out. It's more of like he's here to drink Mountain Dew and kick ass. He never runs out of Mountain Dew. Okay, but so he's that type of guy. He don't let him run out of Mountain Dew. Keep him jacked up on Mountain Dew. Once he gets so jacked on Mountain Dew, he's gonna fucking beat his wife or something. I don't know. He's a cool guy too. He's all right. But yeah, people at the landfill, man. I don't know. I like to be a regular places, and I guess I'm a regular at the landfill. I'm a regular at multiple places in this landfill. I know the people over at the wastewater. I know people at the scale house. I don't really know any of the operators. I see them in there. They don't talk a lot. They don't sit there and talk to you. They just roll around and just eye you down. They're just in there fucking AC, and they don't drink fucking Mountain Dew. They're more like Monster Energy, and their name's Kyle, and they're just like, get out of the way, I'll run your ass over. I'll run your ass over with my spiky wheels. So, anyways, but yeah, once I got over to the area, I told the backhoe guy, get out of the fucking way. I'm done. I don't need you, because he was waiting on me. I was like, we're good. Get out of the way. And he got out of the way, and I went over there and I dumped it. I dumped it good, and it all came out. I was worried because it wasn't sticky. I'll give it that. It was not sticky. If it was sticky, that would be dangerous to have that tilted as high as I had it tilted, because it'll start leaning to one direction. No matter how level you think you are, it gonna lean. But no, as soon as it got like halfway, like 45 degrees, it started. The shit started just flowing out of it. And then I started letting the box down because I had a lot of room to let the box down, and got all the sandblast media shit or whatever the fuck it is out of there. And I don't know, me and the other guy, we developed a little. We're like, now we know you can do it with one box, but don't do it with one box on a tilt that's a short box. So now we know. Yeah. And that goes for almost anything you're gonna put in a vac box, unless it's like straight up liquid. Don't use. We're gonna work on trying to tell more people at our shop about our experiences here, and tell them, hey, listen, you gotta don't grab whenever the rental place tries to give you a short box. Don't take it. Take the long box, because the short box is smaller, and I think they charge the same. So hey, just get the long box, and the long box is going to be better off all around, anyways. The fucking short box. Well, it doesn't matter what box it is. When you load them on an angle like we did, we thought we were being smart. That ended up being completely opposite. It was not smart to load it on a hill like that. We had the wheels chalked. It wasn't going anywhere, and it loaded just fine. But all the product was at the front of the box, and that's not where you want it to be when you're trying to. Or what I should have done was whenever I was loading the box, once I got the box like on the rail, I should have just lifted it all the way up, and then all the product would have slid to the back while I was loading it, while I didn't have all the weight at a low spot and pulled all the way forward. Also, I will say this guy in the guzzler back here, he saved my ass, because whenever I was loading the box, I was on a hill, and I had the bed tilted all the way up, and I'm loading the box, and once I got the box like lifted up off the ground, I started lowering my bed, and he said, hey, don't lower your bed all the way. I'm like, right, smart. He's like, you lower that all the way, that box is just going to roll forward. It's got like 6 feet of nothing stopping it from rolling right into the fucking cab of the truck. I mean, it wouldn't hit the cab. It's got fucking blocks, like big ass hooks that hold it. So it probably would have stopped it, but you might tear some shit up. It's so heavy. Let's see how heavy the box also is heavy, and that's not what we're weighing here. Product 41,500. 41,000 pounds of sand. That's too much to put on a fucking Class A, and I had it on a Class B. God damn it! Don't tell nobody, please. Don't tell on me. I wasn't even the guy doing the loading. I was just the attendant. And then once you get it loaded, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Hey, but listen, guys, everything worked out fine. Nobody was injured. There's nothing, no product damage or equipment damage, nothing. Everything worked out just fine. Okay? So before you make that phone call, just realize everything went fine. But what if it didn't go fine? Hey, things can go wrong even if you're doing it the right way. I could have gotten into an accident or had to slam on my brakes on the highway, when I could do it right now while I'm empty. Okay? Uh, anyways, I think we're going to call it. I'm headed to the shop, hop on my hog, my DR 650 dirt bike. I'm the hog riding the hog, and I'm going to take it and ride it home and hang out with my family. Keep all 18 down. Please don't fuck up. Don't fuck around, okay? You got to be responsible when you're a fucking Class A driver. All right, adios. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later.